Hey folks, I'm Red Monster SC, and in this video, we're going to cover refining in Star Citizen, what benefits each refinery location has, as well as which refinement methods you have to choose from. So stick around to learn everything you need to know about refining in Star Citizen. I've broken the video timeline up into chapters, so check the description for specific timestamps or hover over the progress bar to skip ahead. So let's get started. Refineries were introduced in Star Citizen Alpha 3.12, allowing players an option to earn some additional credits by processing their raw ore into refined materials. Refinery decks can be found at all of the L1 Lagrange point stations in Stanton, as well as the Hurston L2 Lagrange point. These can be accessed using the interstation elevator system that you would take between the hangars and habs, Galleria, and cargo sections of the station, if available. Each refinery has its own specializations, providing bonus yields for certain materials while having slight yield loss on others. This table shows which bonus each refinery offers, sorted by material value. While each refinery offers its specific bonuses, I don't like having to hop between refinery stations all day long trying to pick up refined materials. My suggestion is to pick one refinery to be your home base, depending on what materials you expect to be mining and how close the refinery is to your preferred mining locations, and then stick to that station as much as possible. The refinery at Hurston L1, Green Glade Station, offers yield bonuses to laranite, agresium, titanium, copper, and beryl, but suffers significant yield loss on quantanium and quartz. The bonuses for laranite and agresium look tempting, but the yield impact for quantanium is pretty bad. I wouldn't go out of my way to refine here. The refinery at Hurston L2, Faithful Dream Station, offers yield bonuses for borates, hephaestonite, copper, and aluminum, while suffering yield losses on bexylite and terranite. The borates bonus is okay, but the yield loss for bexylite and terranite are somewhat concerning. The refinery at Crusader L1, Ambitious Dream Station, offers bonuses to quantanium, bexylite, titanium, gold, and tungsten, while suffering some yield loss with corundum. As a quantanium miner, this is my refinery of choice due to its quantanium yield bonus and its proximity to the Aran Halo. The refinery at ArcCorp L1, Wide Forest Station, offers bonuses to laranite, terranite, agresium, diamond, corundum, and aluminum, but suffers yield losses on borates, hephaestonite, gold, and beryl. There are bonuses to 3 of the more valuable materials here, which makes this a tempting trip, and considering that borates, laranite, terranite, and agresium are all relatively closely priced, I think this would be a good option. The refinery at Microtech L1, Shallow Frontier Station, offers bonuses to quantanium, bexylite, borates, hephaestonite, diamond, and quartz, while suffering yield loss for laranite, tungsten, and aluminum. The top material bonuses here are great, and its proximity to Microtech and its moons, which are known to be good quantanium surface mining locations, makes this my second choice for refinery stations. Like and subscribe now if you're enjoying this video, and leave a comment if you notice anything that isn't clear or might have changed in future versions. Once you get to the refinery with your raw ore, you're offered a few choices of refinement methods. This table shows the different refinement methods available, along with a general yield, cost, and time factor for each method. There are no modifiers for the different refinery methods based on station, so you're free to choose whichever method you'd like. Cormac method, which is a low yield, medium cost, and low time method. Pyrometric chromolysis, which is a high yield, high cost, medium time method. Gaskin process, which is a medium yield, high cost, and low time method. XCR reaction, which is a low yield, high cost, and low time method. Ferrin exchange, which is a high yield, medium cost, and medium time method. Electrosterolysis, which is a medium yield, medium cost, and low time method. Dynex solventation, which is a high yield, low cost, and high time method. Thermonatic deposition, which is a medium yield, low cost, and medium time method. And Kaizen winnowing, which is a low yield, low cost, and low time method. Obviously the yield is the most critical factor for refinement, and it means exactly what you think. you'll end up with less refined material when using a low yield method, which could be offset by the added cost of choosing a higher yield process. Costs for refinement are fairly affordable, and I don't usually consider them an important factor when refining. On the high end, these costs should be below 4% of your total net profits for the fully refined materials. If you're not able to afford these refinery costs, then either sell the raw ore directly, or go try bounty hunting for a few hours to get your credit balance up. I also consider the time to be the least important factor. Once the orders are complete, they can be held at the refinery indefinitely until you're ready to transport and sell. The only possible risk of doing this is that you could lose the refinery orders when the next quarterly patch is released. I prefer to wait until I have enough material waiting that I can fill up a larger cargo hauler like the Caterpillar or the Hercules C2. It just means less trips back and forth to the Trade and Development Division. With that in mind, my preferred method, and the one I recommend under most situations, is Dynex solventation. Its high yield and low cost are a perfect combination, and I rarely need to rush a refinery order to justify one of the faster methods. If you do find yourself in a bit of a time crunch for whatever reason, you could also try the Ferrin Exchange refinement method. This is also a high yield, but you trade off an increased cost for a faster processing time. And there you have it, the full rundown of refineries and refinement methods in Star Citizen. I wanted to say thank you to those who've watched through the entire mining tutorial series. While this is the last episode for the original series, I plan on releasing supplemental videos in the future as things change or new gameplay elements are added, so make sure to subscribe to get notified when additional videos are released. If you've got questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and check the pinned comment on this video for any corrections or additional details. You can connect with me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Discord by following the links in the description. And last of all, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because every thumbs up you give feels like a nice pat on the back.